Hello everybody, welcome to Beach Sand Bourbon. I'm your host Michael, and so if you've been watching my short videos, not my shorts, my short videos this week, you saw that I was doing, actually this week and last week, you saw the samples that I have had from Dave Vogelsang. Thank you, Dave. We really appreciate that. All these we have gone through. These three we have not. So, guess what day it is? Friday Fun Day. But it's also Fresh Crack Friday because we're going to freshly crack this bottle. So, this comes from Spring Lake Fine Wine and Spirits. We have also picked up a Buffalo Trace store pick from Spring Lake Fine Wine and Spirits. We have also a Yellowstone from Spring Lake Fine Wine and Spirits, which is a really good bottle. This is actually our second bottle. So, if you watched the short video last night from the store, grocery store, Family Fare in Holland, Michigan, you saw me grab this off the shelf. We will do a tasting and a video, a short on this bottle as well. But as you know, I do like a little Maker's Mark store pick. This one was pure milk chocolate in a glass. This one is from Pour Sip and Repeat, which is from Repeat's Party Store in Holland, Michigan. This one here is, again, from Spring Lake Fine Wine and Spirits in Spring Lake, Michigan. So, Spring Lake is where we're going to do a bourbon hunt soon. I don't know if we'll have time to do it this weekend, but stay tuned because it may happen.
And I would recommend going there. They have a lot to choose from.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about a bourbon selection? They have one. Sticks to my fingers. All this wax. All the wax. We love the wax. So, we're going to get into this one. I know Mrs. Beach Sand Bourbon wants some. Is that enough? Need more? A lot? Like 3 ounces more?
No. Thank you.
So, Maker's Mark. This one has a stave profile of 1, which is Baked American Pure. 3, seared French, I don't know, I can't read that word. But anyway, it's a 1, 3, 1, 3, 2 on the stave profiles. So, proof number is 109.9. Alcohol by volume, 54.95. This was from February 2024 for a store pick. So, we're going to try this one. I know that I liked this one. And I want to say we've had a couple for sure. But I don't like to pass up a good Maker's Mark store pick with the staves because it is really good. So, on the nose on this one, we're going to see what we have. Definitely getting some brown sugar on the nose. Caramels. Vanillas, definitely some vanillas. A little bit of that oakiness. Okeanis. I'm sorry, Okeanis. As somebody's shaking their head over there at me. Oh, and we are gonna do our 7 Deadly Sins video this weekend, so watch for that next week. I will be calling out some channels because I got called out, and I will be calling them out. So a couple of them know, a couple of them don't, but they will.
So we get to choose.
We get to choose. We get to choose. If they haven't been called out, we get to call them out. Beware, because you may be called out. Maybe. You might. So I'm getting some cherry. Are you getting cherry on the nose?
I'm getting more of like a strawberry.
I'm getting a sweet red fruit. Definitely could be a strawberry. Could be. Definitely the brown sugar, the vanilla, the caramel, but I'm getting a sweet red fruit on the nose. So we're going to go in for the palate and see what we have. So on the palate, I'm getting a little bit of a toffee note, a little vanilla, a little bit of a milk chocolate, not much, but like a lingering aftertaste of a little bit of a milk chocolate. Not as milk chocolate as this one was. This one right here was over the top liquid milk chocolate in a glass. They do still have these at Repeat's Party Store in Holland, Michigan. You might want to get down there and buy them because I may go back for more.
Oh, we will be going back for more.
On Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one definitely on the taste. It's not as sweet as the nose, but it's got a good, subtle, like, I don't know what the word is.
Finish is on the tail end.
I know, that's
So
what I'm
you
thinking about.
You definitely get that good nose where you get the vanillas, well, no, not chocolates on the nose.
Mm-mm.
Vanilla, the caramel. You get the
Okeanis.
sweet red fruit. So I'm going to lean towards the strawberry with you and say yes on the strawberry, but it's a little bit between the strawberry and the cherry on the palate. I'm definitely getting that chocolate. A toffee.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like
Heath Bar.
That's what I was going to say. Don't steal my words. See, we've been married too long because somebody can read my mind.
Dude.
What?
You never did that growing up? If you were going to say the same word as someone else, you went, dude.
So, anyway, we haven't been married long enough, so it's good. So,
How many years have we been married?
25-ish, I don't know, something like that.
Lost track.
Not long enough. It's
Never.
every day is a fun-filled adventure. So, hey,
Especially at work.
I'm all about it.
Does anybody else have those rough weeks where they're just counting down till Friday? 5
We
o'clock?
all count down till Friday.
Exactly.
Friday Fun Day! Where do you think Friday Fun Day comes from?
Fun day.
We all freaking look forward to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Come Friday, 5 o'clock.
Friday, because the week is to an end. Saturday and Sunday, because you don't have to work.
Unless you have a honey-do list.
Holidays, well, that's not the same.
I know.
It's not the same. We've got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, but it's not the same. But as this thing sits and gets a little more air, I'm getting different nose notes. That is, what is that? It's a really sweet, it's almost like some kind of a candy because it's got that sweetness to it, but you can smell like a straw. You can smell the strawberry.
Like a Laffy Taffy.
No.
Just kidding.
This is like a Swedish fish.
No,
Swedish?
it's not.
Yes.
No, it is not.
I can't even say that stinking word.
Swedish?
Swedish fish.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah, yes. No, not gonna do it. Definitely in the nose as it sits here and opens up a little bit. I'm getting more intense flavors or scents on the nose, not flavors, because obviously I can't taste with my nose.
Do you find doing this a little more difficult during allergy season? Or no? Maybe.
Sometimes. Depends on how stuffy I am.
Well, pollen is high.
Oh, pollen is really bad. Really bad. Hopefully it's not as bad where you are, but here in Michigan, it's bad. But on the palate, on the finish, I get almost like a Hershey bar, just like melting in the back of my mouth. Do you get that? I do. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. Sorry, this is like my 5th or 6th pour tonight. I'm kidding.
It is not.
I know.
Whatever.
But on the palate, we're going to try this again. But I've been sitting here, and you saw me doing this. You saw me aerating my glass. It, to me, brings out a lot more flavors. Give it the old SJ, as Matt from ADHD Whiskey would say. The old SJ. Swirl job. Swirl job. Come on. Yes, that's what it is. So on the nose, I'm getting that sweetness from the red fruits, the vanilla, the caramel. On the finish, I get the total just melted chocolate bar.
The whole package.
On the finish, I do. It's absolutely amazing. I'm serious.
What would you compare it to? Anything? Nothing that I've tasted.
As far as close, the closest thing I would find would be this.
Outside of...
Which is the same,
outside of the Maker's Mark family. Anything?
Outside of the Maker's Mark family, I don't know. I can't really... Everything that we have, I honestly... I have nothing that we could compare it to.
Me neither.
I just know that I get a lot of the chocolatey finish on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I don't get a Hershey bar, but I do get the chocolatey finish.
To me, it's like somebody took a Hershey bar and said, "Hey, here, fill your mouth up with it," and that's what I get, and let it melt in pure heaven.
No, it's amazing.
I still get it. It's still lingering. The chocolatiness is still lingering.
Do you think maybe with all the people at work who like to dig in my candy jar, if I just started putting shots of this in there?
No. No, we're not going to do that.
I mean, I'd have much happier people.
That's fine. If they want to be involved in a bottle share, they can bring a bottle over and
I know.
we can do a bottle share.
I know.
Kind of like our neighbors who come over and
I figured out.
indulge, but don't bring anything.
Oh. I did figure out what this reminds me of.
What?
With that finish.
What?
And
We do have
oh yes.
this coconut pecan, which my neighbor, I won't mention his name, always comes over and has to have some, but
We need more.
we need more. So we're on the hunt.
Now
It's made by Rebecca Creek, or supposedly. Where did it say? I read it on here somewhere that this is from Rebecca Creek. It is Texas Ranger coconut pecan flavored whiskey. And it is produced and bottled by Rebecca Creek. So,
we cannot get that in Michigan, right?
I have not seen it anywhere except for I happened to find this one online, and you don't want to know what I paid for it. I'm disappointed in myself. But
if anyone can find one for us.
yeah, if you guys know where I can possibly get one, or if you've seen one and you know where there's one, I can send money. I know how to do that. I can.
You're so smart.
I've done that with Rio, Valencia, countless other bottles.
We'll leave it at that.
End of story, because Mrs. Beach Sand Bourbon is here and I don't want her to know some of the money I've spent on stuff.
Don't want to know.
But what's on tap for the week? 7 Deadly Sins. Gonna get that one rolling. We're gonna finish up these 3 bottles, or 3 samples from Dave Vogelsang. Get those finished up. We're gonna do a review on the Jim Beam Black, aged 7 years. We'll see what happens there. We're gonna take a road trip. We're gonna go get some more Maker's Mark store pick from Repeats Party Store. We may also do a bourbon hunt from Spring Lake this week. Pick up some more stuff. I know they have more store picks. I know they have more store picks coming in. I have a little wish list from things that they have told me that are coming in. So, to add to my Spring Lake collection, they do have Elijah Craig the barrel proof, I believe it is. The single barrel private barrel store pick. So we'll be picking up one of those. I've got a couple other special bottles, store picks.
Yeah, they usually have quite a few.
And it is like dangerous for me to go in there, because I could go in with like $10,000 and walk out with negative 20,000.
Whatever.
I could.
No.
I could.
No.
There's that much stuff in that store.
No.
There is that much stuff.
Oh, they have a lot.
I would like to bring that whole store to my house.
Nope, we're good.
Except for the Jefferson's Ocean. Jefferson's Ocean, which I have never tried, but I have heard tastes like salt water.
Ew. Really?
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's aged on a ship in the ocean. And I really don't have an interest for that. For this stuff, that stuff, I definitely have an interest for.
You know what I'm curious about?
What?
Is there anything out there that people are looking for that they cannot find in their area that maybe we might find?
Maybe. If you didn't hear what Mrs. Beach Sand Bourbon said, if there's anything that maybe you're looking for in your area that you can't find, maybe you can reach out to us and we can figure out some hand deliveries. What? So, comment down below. Hit that like, subscribe button. Share with your friends. Have yourself a great weekend. Stay tuned because there's some surprises coming up. I'm not going to share what it is. Also, at 1,000, what happens at 1,000? We know what happens at 1,000. What? A couple things happen at 1,000. Mrs. Beach Sand Bourbon comes back. But what else? What else happens at 1,000? This pretty bottle could become somebody else's. But I've only had like 3 people use the secret code to be able to enter to win this bottle. And if I don't get at least 50 entries, I'll sit here and drink it on camera in front of everybody. So, you know what you have to do to win this bottle. I just gave you a hint. A couple of you know. A couple of you. I won't mention your names, but I know you know that they're there. Have yourself a great night. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. Share with your friends. Have yourself a great weekend. Cheers, everybody.